social media. I wanted to go live. I said to myself, I'm going to do this every week, no matter what. We're coming up on Friday, 5 o'clock, and I want to get it in. I'm doing what I tell my clients to do. So this week, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I see in the field. This is going to be short, probably about 4 minutes. And the topic today is AI making your team sloppy. Why? Where did I come up with that? Well, that's what I see. I see it making people sloppy. So I'm going to talk about that for a minute. And what I mean by that is, you know what? Not a lot of people know how to use it. You might be relying on your team to use it. You might not have adopted it, but I see it popping up everywhere. We have had AI for, I'm going to get to that in a minute, a couple of years now. But I'm seeing it integrated in almost every platform that I use. I saw a big iteration this week in ActiveCampaign, and I see a lot of improvements in high level. I'm sure HubSpot is killing it with AI, but the automation builder is here in ActiveCampaign, and that's going to open up a lot of time. It's going to open up a lot of time, and it's going to give people, if you're into watching customer behavior and pivoting and making tiny tweaks that are really going to make a difference in your pipeline, this is going to be amazing. So why did I point out the automation? Well, again, it's popping up everywhere. And here's what ActiveCampaign is saying. It's going to save your team 20 hours per month in marketing automation. But here's the thing. It's only going to save you 20 hours a week if you stop and you take time to learn how to use it. There's always a learning curve. And what I have noticed is this. November 30th, 2022, that's when ChatGPT became available for people to use. And so, of course, there was like no adoption until Q1, and then a whole bunch of early adopters. And then everybody's like, how do I use this? And they realized, oh, I can write with it. And that's kind of where a lot of people stopped. If you're in digital marketing, you probably took it a lot further because you tend to be someone who likes to adopt technology more quickly. But if you're a business owner or a small business owner, you probably don't have the bandwidth to learn, and maybe you didn't get any further. Maybe some people on your team did, maybe some didn't. But I wanted to point out that we are almost in 2025. That's 3 years of AI development. So if you are still using it to write, and that's your big trick, you need to take it further. That's the big lesson here. You can do so much more with it. And I was looking up statistics. It's like 67 to 77% of people don't really know how to use it in their careers, like using basic AI. So they're stuck in the, oh, it writes for me, which is where I see the sloppiness. That's where I see it. It's like, all of a sudden people can get it to write for them. They can get their work done more quickly. Maybe your team, either domestic, overseas, whatever, they're like, put it in, spit it out, use it, and they're like off earlier. I don't know, but I'm seeing it. Not my team. My team, I love you. You do a great job. But that's what I've seen. And so that's what inspired the talk today. And then at the very least, please do this. You should have, like, if you're using ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini, you should have a company brand voice GPT. And when I say that, it's not like it talks in your company voice. It's like you give it all of the information about your company, and it's something everyone on your team can use. And that way it gives you depth of voice. So when you are writing, it sounds like your brand. It sounds like you. It sounds like what you've been writing for the past 10 years. It sounds like, and you can give it different nuances based on that. But it's like one well that everybody can go and draw from. And it makes everything that much richer. Okay, I'm like digressing. Okay, use AI for statistical analysis. If you have data, my husband would say, we can't do that because he works with a pharmaceutical company. But if you're in a different kind of business that doesn't have proprietary AI, you can use Excel spreadsheets to get different ideas. Sometimes it will give you ideas in a different way, or it will process data and say, hey, did you think about it from this perspective? So you should be doing that. These are like 3 things you must be doing right now. Brand voice, use it for data, and then also ideas and observations around customer behavior. So, because I love that stuff. So, it can give you ideas on how to pivot, what you should be doing, what you're doing wrong. If you talk to it, not talk to it, type to it, you can talk to it. I do on my phone all the time, but you can get a lot of new ideas that will make your entire team faster, and that will save you money. So what can you do now? Review functionality in the tools that you own. Whether you're just using Canva, have you seen what they are doing? Amazing. I have a client who uses Notion. That's great. Slack, they're evolving. Like, find out what the new functionality is and stay on top of it, or have someone stay on top of it and then teach you guys. Be aware that overdependence is a thing. Like, if somebody's like, oh, I learned my ChatGPT skills in January 2 years ago, that's not enough. You have to keep learning. I think that's across the board. You have to keep learning and building your skill set, or else you're going to be left behind. Okay, and then reevaluate the team's workload. Do you remember that slide I showed where it's like 20 hours, you can save 20 hours? Yes, you should be able to work faster. You should be able to work better. And you should be streamlining your teams, because work is different now than it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. People can do more things, which means that you can save money. So that's a whole topic right there, right? And if you don't know how to use AI in your business, it is costing you money. So like 1,000%, that is true. So that's it. That's my live for this week. And I hope it will give you something to think about over the weekend. And I hope you have a great